Nawal El Saadawi was born October 27, 1931, in Egypt. Her father was a government functionary active in the Egyptian Revolution of 1919. She was brought up in a well-to-do middle-class family. Despite the oppression, both of her parents had decided that all of their children would be educated. She was one of 9 children in her family home. Her parents, both dying at a young age, left her as the provider of her younger siblings. Nawel attended the University of Cairo, where she where she studied medicine. Then she graduated in 1955. In September of 1981, Nawel El Saadawi had been incarcerated by the Sadat regime for alleged crimes against the state. Nawel stated that she had been arrested for criticizing Sadat policy, and then she was thrown in jail. Then released in 1982. After the government dissolved her AWSA association, she attempted to sue the government and then making herself a high risk of being murdered when she was added to a hit list. She went into exile in the United States in 1992. She finally made her return back to Egypt in 1999. In 2002, a legal attempt was made by the Islamic lawyer to forcibly divorce her from her husband. Saadawi's career. After graduating, she practiced as a psychiatrist before she was assigned to the Ministry of Health. There she had become the director of public health. She started her career of writing novels and short stories. After publishing her book Women and Sex in 1972, she was terminated from her post. The book, however, criticized the practice of female circumcision, which did not please the Egyptian authorities. After the loss of her job, she then dedicated herself to researching on women while also working at the United Nations as an advisor on women development in Middle Eastern Africa. She formed an association called Arabs Women's Solidarity Association, which was made up of 500 local members and more than 2,000 international members in 1981. After her incarceration, she continued her fight against oppression, and it also inspired her to write a novel, The Fall of the Emin. Her most famous novel, Women as Point Zero, was published in Barrett in 1979. Just to name a few of her writings: Death of an Ex-Minister, 1980, Memories from the Women's Prison, 1984, Memories of a Woman Doctor, 1960, The Hidden Face of Eve, Women in the Arab World, 1977, Daughter of Isis, 1999, Walking Through Fire, 2002. Her achievements: Nawel El Saadawi holds honorary doctorates from the University of New York, Illinois, St. Andrews, and Tremoso. Prizes and awards included the Great Minds of the 12th Century Prize, awarded by the American Biographical Institution in 2003, the North-South Prize from the Council of Europe in the Prix International in 2004. May of 2008, she won a case that had been brought against her by the Al Azhar University, the major center of Islamic learning, that claimed charges of apostasy, which was the abandonment of her religion and political beliefs. Nawel stood out to me because she told her life story within the stories that she wrote. She fought for the rights for women. She did not let any force come in between her and what she was trying to achieve. She was a writer for the inner conscience of the female mind in Arab. Her style of writing shared the customs and beliefs, how they affected women. Her stories were created with strong leading female roles. Her role as a very strong woman and a fighter to resist oppression, giving inspiration to the women who read all of her writings was an inspiration to me.